seasons are starting to develop. NBA players are getting ready. That break is almost off, probably another month or so, and they'll be back playing in summer leagues, etc. It's really not a 10-month sport anymore, in my opinion. I think you really just get 1 month off when you look at it. Then you have to get back to work. Football's coming back. Baseball's on. Hockey's on. Hey, these guys are running, and now we're talking about one of the most important times of the year for the NBA draft, and that's talking about the future. When we talk about the future, there are a couple players that we know about, the big three, Barrett, Williamson, and Mr. Ja Morant. I did a video where I highlighted some of the others who will be impact players. Scouts are not geniuses all the time. There will be players missed, and they're missing some again. A lot of folks are saying after the 4th pick that this is a weak draft. I highly, highly disagree. I think there's some nice talent in the bottom half of the 1st round, and there's going to be some nice talent found in the 2nd round. And what solidifies that for me, I get some help from different draft websites because I can't be everywhere, is I look at the stats in the NBA Draft Combine invite. And that list helps me understand who else do I need to look at that's not on my radar. Off the back, when we talk about the center position, I thought it would be a rather weak draft. However, now looking at it, and they got Bobo as a center, I don't think he's that, all right? I know he's 7'20", but he's not a center, okay? He's more of a forward. That's what he's going to have to play. He can intermediately play the center position at times. But not to get off on a tangent, there's a name by the name of Nicholas Claxton out of Georgia State. What an impression he made on me in this combine. He's also a light player. That means he's very skinny, doesn't have much weight to him, but there's things that stick out. And it is these type of tools, the physical tools, that some coaches may say, hey man, I'm that great of a coach, I can make it work despite any of the seasonal stats that you saw. Maybe the performance, 10 points or 6 boards, wasn't indicative of what you would get in the right system. I mentioned Charles Bassey before. He was high up on my list. But one of the key things I like to look at is the wingspan. People never, ever pay attention to the wingspan. They always look at the height as the indicator. One guy that sticks out to me, obviously, is Taco Fall. Jesus Christ, he has won the battle of Central Florida. Thank you, God. 7'7". No wonder Duke had a problem. Standing reach, 10.2.5. Understand, the rim is at 10 feet. Help me. Weight, 288. He has good weight. He's not as skinny as Bobo, Moses Brown, or Nicholas Claxton. Those are the guys I'm going to start to mention. He's not as skinny. I really like his wingspan. 8'2", 2'5". You got a gentleman on the Philadelphia Sixers who did not, Mr. Bogdan, did not play in the playoffs enough. They didn't utilize him, but what an impact he would have made. This is a similar player. Does Taco Fall get drafted? I'm certainly drafting this kid in the 2nd round. There's no doubt about it. As a rim protector, as a change of flow for 5 or 10 minutes of the game, you draft this kid and you just throw him in there. Hey, make something disruptive in the lane. Kill these guys out there. So then your guards can then focus on the outside for immobilizers such as Damian Lillard, Steph Curry, guys like that. You just focus out there. You can say, forwards, go ahead, stand out there. There's no one going to. .10. Back in shape. 7'7". Rail thin. I mean, that is thin, and that hurt him in this draft. But it hurt Kevin Durant as well. And that's what I think we should be comparing him to. Not Kevin Durant directly clone, but a power forward version of a Kevin Durant is what Bobo is. And I still like him as a top 10 draft pick maybe even top 5, depending on how teams want to line up. A kid that has come out of nowhere, I am disappointed at the body fat, but I do like the weight. Mr. Moses Brown. He's another guy. Look at his wingspan, 7'4". Okay, that is nuts. Standing reach is 9'5". I'll tell you the difference between Moses Brown and Taco Fall is mobility. So even though I see the body fat here as an issue, I'm telling you, Moses Brown has the potential. I wish I maybe bring him up. This may be a longer video than usual because it's important. Moses Brown out of UCLA, even though he disappears at times, I'm telling you, he is a top-rated defensive talent in the league. And I really do like what I see out of this kid if given the opportunity. My apologies there. So I hope I don't get a copyright strike, but you know, even play. I'll get a copyright strike. I'm not playing his videos. Good guy. But anyway, Moses Brown, that's an exceptional player. Look out for him. Look at his videos. Defensive prospects, folks. That's all I'm looking at. Those are top three guys that I like, what I saw, except Bobo's weight was a problem. One guy that I was surprised I didn't keep a keen eye for was Eric Paschal out of Villanova. Eric Paschal, I'm telling you, even though he is only 6'6", 6'7" with shoes, I love his length. No wonder he gets in and can play power forward. He's a long guy. Almost a reach of 6'11 and a half, almost 7 foot with those long arms. I love this kid, and I think he has the potential to be a Paul Millsap type player. People are missing the ball. He also has a good jump shot. I love his jump shot on Eric Paschal. I mean, this kid is being slept on. I should have pulled this up beforehand, but I am so excited on watching these highlights from Eric Paschal that he's doing something for me. This is truly somebody that we're going to have to look forward to in the draft. And again, somebody's going to get a steal. I don't know who is, but somebody's going to get a steal in this kid, Eric Paschal. Let me go ahead and break this down. Look at that. Now, there's one more thing, and I hate to make it this, but I got to. Watch the jump shot. Watch the jump shot on this kid. Hopefully there's some film of that. Good man, again, 6'11". Don't worry about the height. Yeah, I'm 7 feet, but my arms are 5 foot. I mean, it doesn't matter. Watch this. This is what I like to see. Eric Paschal. Yes, sir. I'm going to slip in the first round or early second round if somebody finally notices what the hell is out there. This is a great pick. Can stretch the floor. I'm thinking Draymond Green, my friends. Draymond Green with a better jump shot. I am loving what I'm seeing here. People, Eric Paschal is now on my radar, and I missed him. Next up in the combine, I talked about Charles Bassey before. I know people love Jackson Hayes. He's already there. Already got Bruno Fernando, Naz Reid. But then Nicholas Claxton out of nowhere. I had no clue who this kid was. But Nick Claxton, what a performance. He has vaulted himself potentially into the draft. He wasn't even being looked at. But now, and this guy's awesome. Hardwood Hoops, subscribe. Let me subscribe right now. This guy is great. And Nicholas Claxton is a potential sleeper for next year's draft. I think he should come out next year because he's 6'11" and not on the radar. And I don't think he'll get a first-round pick this year. But, hey, active, long. He has handles. He has a little bit of handles. Obviously, he's not a post force with his strength, but he's a definite shot blocker who has good activity and a strong motor. And, folks, you want to hear something? If you watch the tape with him, hopefully I don't get enough copyright strikes so people can watch this. Again, watch him bring the ball up the court. My friends, you're looking at Chris Bosh. He's a lefty. You're looking at Chris Bosh 2.0. How could I have slept on this kid? I don't know. I just missed out. But Nicholas Claxton, I'm telling you, scouts, if you're smart, you get him this year in the second round for cheap, and then you can get others. He is 6'11" dribbling out there. He is 6'11" dribbling out there. Okay? He can put the ball on the floor. He has a okay jump shot, which I like. I love his jump shot. Okay? Nicholas Claxton, folks, he won himself a lot of brownie points in this combine. 6'11", long wingspan. You're not seeing anything here. I'm just trying to forward to show you the jump shot. But hey, he is an incredible talent. I missed him, and we're gonna miss a couple more. I think he's a top 20 draft pick next year. If he comes out this year, somebody can get a steal. Let's move into the other positions. And I want to talk about some other winners. When we look at the point guard position, where's Mr. Jordan Bone? Jordan Bone, where is he at? So I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to strengthen agility. We're going to quickly jump into this. This is where people like to look, right? Lane agility, standing vertical leap. Okay, this is what everyone looks at. Max vertical. People love this. Remember back in the day when 36 and above was special? You now have almost 20 plus kids with over a 36-inch vertical. That means a lot of E-space can be done by all these guys. Darius Brazley helped himself with the 37-inch vertical with his height. I like what he was the kid that was supposed to come out of high school, but you can't. Had to sit a year, 37 inches. Look at my guy I was sweating over. On top of the long wingspan, he has a 38-inch vertical and a 33-inch stand. This is a steal. I would move him into a forward position rather than a small forward position as they have him listed. Put him at the forward position. He will make magic happen. Great off the bench draft pick, and it's going to be critical for a championship team. That said, let's jump up. Jalen Leak, from a athletic standpoint, challenge, led the pack. Out of high school, he is 19 years old, however. He is a great leaper, superstar leaper. I've seen him in high school. The tapes, go watch him, Jalen Leak. He looks incredible. The problem that I see, I'm just being honest, I don't see the agility. Side to side, left, right. That's the stuff I look for in a point guard. If anyone looks like a more Westbrook player, they keep talking about John Morant. This guy is more Westbrook than John Morant is. And I think, hey, if you can develop him, get him a jump shot, I think he's too duck foot to be a quick guard from side to side, but get his speed up. He's out of high school competing against these college kids. It may be fruitful in the late second round to not getting drafted or maybe pull him in free agency. But I like Jalen Leak. Jordan Bone, wow, what a player here. I was surprised in what I saw from Jordan Bone. The issue is with all this athleticism, he won the series. If you talk about the combine, he won it. When you talk about the strength and agility testing, look at his shuttle run, 2.78. Lane agility under 10. That's incredible. That's unseen, as you can see by all the rest of the numbers here. Vertical leap was 36 for the standing, and max vertical 42.5 inches, folks. So Jordan Bone is not a sleeper. I believe he's 6'3". He's going to have to move into the guard position. He looked quick in the game, so sometimes people statistically test better than they actually show in game time. Really great showing from Jordan Bone. And I'm going to be honest, another guy that surprises me, and it's just, I think now I know he doesn't have strength and conditioning, is Jalen Hands. I wrote him off. I didn't see much from him at UCLA that told me he was a star talent. But now that I look at his strength and agility, 41-inch vertical for Jalen Hands with a 33-inch standing vert. Second round pick at the least. Jalen Hands is now back in the running, as I don't think he was utilized well, and he needs strength and conditioning. Conditioning, the latter part is what I'm worried. I think he gets tired too quick, and he can't show what he can really do, and that'll be his issue. Brandon Clark, again, we knew what he was, right? 40-inch vertical. Jared Harper was another one that's okay. But let me tell you who really moved up. Nasir Little, at his height, 38.5-inch vertical, 31 standing. I mean, hey, Nasir Little is on my radar. Another guy that no one knows about is Jalen Nowell. And there's another one with a no in it, Norwalk. I won't get into him now. But Jalen Nowell really showed himself out. And then I went to look at some tape of him. And I said, okay, this guy really does have the potential to do something maybe as a free agent pickup as a backup point guard out of Washington. Again, nothing extraordinary, but from an agility perspective, he's up there. Luka Saminic, out of Europe. Wake up, folks. Another steal in the second round. I love Luka Saminic. Hey, if you can pick him up, I think he has better potential than Sequoia Doumbouya. But people are talking about Sequoia Doumbouya a lot. But I think Luka Saminic, as your stretch four with some athleticism, is somebody we need to peek at as well. Lucan Dort, he was okay. Terrence Mann, we know him out of Florida State. You know, these guys are borderline second-round picks if they get drafted. And Tremont Waters showed well for himself, point guard out of LSU. I think, again, maybe a free agent pickup to a late second-round pickup. Not bad. No one else really stuck out. Again, other than the best, probably one of the better shooters in the draft, Brian Bowen. I was excited to see he had a 35-inch. That's good enough for me. He's a shooter. Cameron Johnson, also 36-inch. Hey, out of North Carolina. Again, if you're looking for a shooter, see what Danny Green did for the Toronto Raptors. Hey, maybe these two guys can formulate into those type of players in the future. I really like what I saw out of Brian Bowen and Cameron Johnson. A guy that I was a little bit disappointed about, but one of my favorite draft picks was Kevin Porter Jr., but he didn't win in this agility testing. Let me show you something. Shuttle run is very key. He did win here, okay? So when you talk about the vertical is exceptional. I love guys that can dunk and leap, and that's great and all that. But however, Joe Green is not the best player in the league, and he's probably one of the better dunkers. Standing vert, he was at 27. Again, very surprised at those numbers from Kevin Porter Jr. Thought he would be higher. Thought he'd be a 30 here, maybe a 36, 37. That would have guarded him something special. But he is special here when we talk about shuttle run. And you can see my man Luka's on top. And lane agility, 10.82, not bad. And then his shuttle run was at 3.03. He's in the top 10 there. So, talking about a James Harden type player, he gets by you, and that's what you were seeing here, right? These statistics tell me he can get by you. Another statistical marvel was Darius Bazley. He did himself no issue coming to this. 2.95 seconds. Remember, this is a 6'8" to 6'10" range power forward. He's worth a second round choice, late second round. Pick him up, develop him. He'll be in the G League for the next year, for the whole year, and then may move up into potentially a starting role. He's probably 2 years away. I like him, Darius Bazley, but Kevin Porter Jr. did not do well as far as the leaping ability, but did well as far as the sprints. That said, where he did win at was his overall body acumen. When you measure him up from a anthro perspective, as they call it here on NBA.com, let's quickly look at that. Again, this video is getting a little bit longer. I know people got to get to work or whatever you're up to today. I liked him from a measurement perspective, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so you mentioned, you go, man, Kevin Porter Jr. really didn't do much, but then I saw something that stuck out to me. His weight, he's at 212 pounds. Okay, 5% body fat. He's a big, strong guard. Similar to James Harden. Next thing is how he's going to get a shot off. And then I saw this. Hey, he has an 8'7" reach, which is not bad. He has an 8'7" reach. 6'4" without shoes. That's fine. Bigger hands. Okay, can grip the ball. I really do like him. I still like him as a prospect. Has he moved out of the lottery contention for me here? Yes, he has. He's moved into the late lottery, maybe late first round now, with this performance because of this. I wish if he came in at 6'5", 6'6", would have been a little bit better, but he's Harden's height. But I would love to see a little bit more as far as the athletic ability. But when you add on the 212 pounds, you say, okay, 34 inches, not bad. He's a big guy. Next up is Jalen Nowell. I like Jalen Nowell. I really do. I think he's another top prospect that, again, we just discussed. So that's something else that, he's just proving to be a wonder in all these areas as a backup point guard. I don't see him as a shooting guard. I see him as a point guard. And a guy that sticks out to me who could be a better version of is Pat Beverly. So think about him as a free agent pickup. I don't know if he'll get drafted, but definitely on the radar. Tyler Hero didn't do himself any favors. Too small everywhere. No length. Wingspan is horrible. Weight was okay. Standing reach wasn't. He's just at the bottom of everything. I feel sorry for the kid. However, he's a shooter. Does it really deter somebody from a guy that's probably going to be on the sidelines waiting for LeBron James to pass him the ball? No, I don't think it does him any harm. So Tyler Hero wasn't successful as far as these tests. But from my perspective, it doesn't matter. And I think you still draft this kid early on. Other than that, there's a couple new statistics that came up. Spot up shooting. I love this, right? How can you perform in front of an audience when you're trying to showcase your talent and what they think you don't have? And these are just, corner three-point shots, college three-point shots. Hey, how did you do? Jordan Bone, again, really showed out, okay? Really showed out. Nick Claxton showed out. These are the shooting drills right there on the corner, shooting 10 shots or 15 shots. It really shows if you put the work in to take the time to work on your shot. And it shows what specific areas you'll probably be good in because you've been repetitiously doing that in your workouts. And again, I don't want to get too deep into this because it's a little bit hard to read. But the winners for me, again, is Jordan Bone. Again, Bruno Fernando didn't do too bad for himself. A couple, like I said, these talents, Darius Bazley, Luka, Nicholas Claxton, these guys really stuck up to me. Jordan Bone, Naz Reid definitely won the eye test as far as the anthro. When you talk about length and weight and all that good stuff, Naz Reid is definitely a mid-first rounder, no doubt about it now. Brandon Clark hurt himself with the length and agility strength, but however, he won when you look at the max vert, etc. So he utilizes his vertical to make up for his height variance. Anyhow, it was a great day. I was excited. Taco Fall's the winner. Eric Paschal is now in my eyesight. Jordan Bone may come back, may not. If he doesn't, he'll be a second-round pick based upon his performance. And he may be a second-round pick next year because I don't know if he has a good team going from Tennessee. If he has a bad team, he'll disappear. So he may want to strike when the iron's hot. Jalen Leak, I think he should come out because I think he'll get exposed in the college game. He doesn't have handles. He doesn't have a shot. This could be one of those, hey, I don't know who he is, don't know what he can do, just know he can jump 43 inches, let's draft him. That's been done for years in the NBA. Why not do it here? Other than that, Jalen Hands, conditioning. There's something up with the conditioning. When I look at his ability, I have to ask myself, what is going on with the conditioning, Jalen Hands? What's happening? I don't understand it. Kevin Porter Jr. won not only because of his size and his length, but he also spoke well. That's another critical part. He spoke well. I was surprised in hearing him talk. I said, this young man has a future in the NBA. He's just not a lottery pick because of the vert. I think he can jump higher. I just think that, some people play better than they test, and that's the case for Kevin Porter Jr., but he's definitely getting drafted. Other than that, I can't see who else stuck out. Mia Uni, Yale's trying to come out. He was aggressive. I were too aggressive, but I still like him. Maybe a late second rounder. You take a flyer on him. Really nothing else stuck out. Again, Luka Saminic was another great one that I love. And then Roby, Terrence Roby, where's he at the center position? I forgot about him. Is he even in here on any of these stats? No. The Nebraska center, Mr. Roby, had a pretty good showing. I see him as a second-round pick. Again, I liked what I saw in the games, the scrimmages. There's 4 of them, and I like what I saw here. Chris Wilkes didn't do himself any other favor, but getting him, I think he's going to push into the second round. I was surprised to not see Chris in this vertical thing, and that's what kills me, right? Did Chris Wilkes participate? I asked myself that, and he did. And he's showing only a 36, but I've seen him jump higher. So that's why I don't put too much. There was a guy named Brown out of the Celtics. I'm ranting too much. And Brown had this stupid vertical. I mean, he probably one of the highest verticals ever in the NBA. I probably only seen that kid dunk one time. I mean, he was off the charts in these max verts and etc. When it came to game time, it just wasn't there. I know Chris Wilkes can dunk in game time situations, so I don't take this too much. For instance, Brian Bowen is not a better leaper than Chris Wilkes. However, he has a higher rating for his standing vert. Okay, so they're two different players, right? It's just not gonna. It doesn't transition. It's great to see. Hey, he can do that, but if you can't do it in the game, I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, off work, source them out. Talking a little bit too long. How long was this? Ooh, 25 minutes. No one's gonna watch it, but hey, it's there for you. Draft combine summary. I'm out.